Our story begins with Park Gang, Korea's most sought-after leading man. And on paper, this guy has everything. A career that most actors would trade their soul for. A luxury penthouse, a different date every night. His face is on billboards. His name trends every award season. But here's the thing about Park Gang. Behind closed doors, this man cannot sleep. He's in therapy just to get a few hours of rest. The glamour is real, the fulfillment is not. His mother? Absolutely living her best life on his money. World tours, designer shopping, the whole thing. She loves him, sure, but she loves his credit card more. His closest friend is Jilan, Park's manager, and the kind of guy who radiates warmth in a world full of calculated people. Jilan wanted to be an actor once too, but opportunity didn't knock, so he found another door and walked through it with grace. No bitterness, just loyalty. The night we enter their world, Park just won Best Actor. Again. His speech is polished, professional, all about hard work and sacrifice. The audience applauds. He smiles. And somewhere across Seoul, a woman watches him on TV. Her name is Sumi. She's Park's ex. 10 years ago, Park chose his career over her, and she got on a plane to New York and didn't look back. Until now. She's just returned. Park and Jilan end up at an old bar, the same place they used to drink at years ago. And Jilan, warmed by nostalgia and maybe a little too much soju, says something that cuts deep. If you hadn't broken up with Sumi, you'd have a family right now. Kids. A real home. She came back today, you know. Park doesn't say much, but you can see it land. On the taxi ride home, the driver, cheerful, chatty, notices his famous passenger and asks, "Sir, you have everything. You must be the happiest man alive." Park laughs, but it's not a happy laugh. "I can't even sleep, my friend. I need medication just to rest." The driver smiles at the rearview mirror. "Well then, if your life ever changed overnight, consider it my Christmas gift to you." Park waves it off as weird small talk. He shouldn't have. Park wakes up on the floor of a stranger's house. Before he can process that, 2 small children come running at him screaming, "Papa! Papa!" He sits up, looks around, looks at the kids, looks at the door, then he bolts. His key? Still works, but instead of unlocking a Rolls-Royce, it opens a beat-up compact car. His luxury apartment building? The resident inside calls the police when Park insists it's his place. Park is taken to the station, rambling about being a superstar, while a tired woman shows up to collect him. Apparently, this is his wife. Her name is Sumi. Sumi tells the officer almost apologetically. He acts in TV serials, small roles. He thinks he's bigger than he is. That line hits Park like a truck. Because in this life, this alternate life, Park is not the superstar. He's a minor TV actor, the kind who plays ghosts in low-budget dramas. And Sumi? Sumi is the one holding everything together. He discovers his daughter's name is Sia, and his son is Mark. And he only finds out because he pretends his memory went blank from a head injury and asks his own child their name. The taxi driver's Christmas gift wasn't a joke. The man actually switched his life. Park's first instinct is to find the driver and undo all of this. He calls every taxi service, visits every dispatcher. Nobody knows who he's talking about. And every time he tries to explain what happened, people look at him like he needs professional help. So he goes to his old therapist, hoping for recognition. The therapist does recognize him. "You're that ghost from the TV serial, right?" Park's face falls completely. He goes home, watches himself play a ghost on a mediocre drama, realizes this is his life now. That night, Sumi asks him what's going on, and Park, maybe because he has no one else, maybe because some part of him still trusts her even in this version of reality, tells her everything. The superstar life, the award, the Rolls-Royce, the insomnia. Sumi listens, tries not to laugh, then asks, "If the driver sent you into my life as a gift, what exactly is the problem? Am I not enough?" She says it lightly, but it sits heavy. That night, she falls asleep next to him, and Park realizes he's lying next to the woman he once loved and left. In this life, she never left. She stayed. He watches her sleep, and somewhere between the warmth of a family bed and the memory of an empty penthouse, something in him begins to shift. Park finds out something that breaks him quietly. Sumi, who was an artist, a real one, talented, expressive, with genuine vision. But in this life, she gave up her ambitions to hold the family together. While Park was auditioning and playing minor TV roles, Sumi was working a part-time job at a supermarket and had been hiding it from him for months because she didn't want to add to his pressure. She never complained. She never asked him to stop chasing his dream. She just quietly picked up the weight he couldn't carry. When Park finds out, he doesn't get angry, he just feels it. He goes straight to Jilan, who in this alternate timeline is the big superstar, and swallows his pride. "Make me your manager, I'll work for you." Jilan, without hesitation, says yes, and pays him generously. Under Park's guidance, Jilan's career gets sharper. Better scripts, smarter choices, tighter performances. The family's finances stabilize. And slowly, Park starts actually living. He takes the kids to the park. He makes breakfast. He learns their inside jokes. He watches Sumi paint by lamplight and understands fully what it must have cost her to give that up, and what it means that she chose to stay anyway. Success finds Park in this life too. Jalan's career peaks, and through it, Park gets his own shot. A last-minute casting opportunity in a major drama series that ends up being a sensation. Park starts making real money, and old instincts kick in. He takes Sumi and the kids to see a luxury apartment. A step up, an upgrade, a symbol. Sumi is not impressed. What's wrong with the home we have? If you buy something we don't need, you'll have to work twice as hard to maintain it, and then we lose what we actually have, time together. Park pushes back. They argue. And for a moment, the Park from the penthouse emerges, the one who measured success in square footage. The kids start crying. Both of them go quiet, because they're the same kind of parents in that moment, people who forgot, just for a second, what actually mattered. Later that night, Park slips into the children's room and looks through old photo albums. He sees his children as babies. Birthdays he wasn't present for, birthdays he doesn't remember, because this life isn't really his. But looking at those photos, he feels the loss of those moments in a way he can't explain. Sumi finds him there. They sit outside together in the quiet, and Park says something he's never said out loud before. In my other life, I had everything, but I didn't have peace. I didn't have this. I didn't have you. I didn't even know what I was missing until now. Sumi falls asleep mid-sentence, gently snoring against his shoulder. Park laughs softly. It's the most human moment of the entire film. On the night of Jilan's big award ceremony, he wins Best Actor, the same award Park won in his previous life. Jilan's speech is different. He doesn't talk about sacrifice. He doesn't talk about himself. He talks about Park. My manager didn't just do his job, he did friendship. He gave me his eye for stories, his instincts, his time. This award belongs to both of us. Park, sitting in the audience, tries not to cry and completely fails. Afterward, the two old friends end up back at their bar. Jilan admits he's envious. Not of money or fame, but of Park's life, the family, the kids, the belonging. Park turns down a major international role that would have required months away from home. I can't be away from them. Not even for a day. They're everything. And then, and on the ride home, the taxi driver speaks. So, did you enjoy my gift? Park freezes. It's him, the same driver from Christmas Eve. The driver explains he too was someone who let work consume him, who was always almost there, always one more project away from being present. His son grew up without him. He didn't understand what he'd lost until it was too late. I wanted you to feel what you were giving up, not to punish you, to show you. He drops Park at the front door and says, "Tonight is your last night here." Park walks into the house. Sia and Mark run to him. He holds them both for a long time, longer than usual. Sia says, "Papa, you seem like yourself again today." "Yeah, I think I finally am." Later, Sumi shows him a childhood photo of Park and points out, "You looked exactly like Mark when you were small." And that's when it clicks. The taxi driver, the man who gave Park this life, who understood loneliness and regret and the quiet devastation of choosing ambition over presence, was Park's father. Park had always kept distance from his father's memory, a man who was never really there. And here, his father had given him the one gift he couldn't give in life, understanding. That night, Sumi curls up next to him, still half asleep, murmuring about tomorrow's lunch plan, reminding him not to order anything too expensive. Park lies awake, eyes full. He wakes up in his penthouse. Alone, Park sits in the silence of his enormous apartment and feels the weight of everything that isn't there. Jilan arrives to prep him for a shoot and casually mentions, "Oh, by the way, Sumi's in town. Her art exhibition is today. Last day. She leaves tonight." Park is out the door before Jilan finishes the sentence. At the gallery, Sumi's paintings are on the walls. Park stops in front of one, a warm, small, lived-in home, the kind of house families grow in. It's the exact house from the alternate life. Sumi walks up beside him, surprised to see him there. "Where did you get the inspiration for this one?" "From something I imagined once, something I hoped for." Park takes her hand, takes her to the real version of that house, the one she painted without ever seeing. Standing outside it, he says, "I don't want to miss you again. I'm sorry. Give me another chance." The scene fades, animates, becomes a painting. 2 years later, Park and Sumi are married. They have twins, a girl named Sia, a boy named Mark. And Park Gang, once a man who couldn't sleep in a penthouse, falls asleep every night in a small house, completely at peace. Switch isn't really about magic or alternate lives. It's about the thing most of us quietly know, but refuse to look at directly, that success without connection is just a very expensive kind of loneliness. Park didn't need a wake-up call about failure. He needed one about what winning had cost him. And the man who gave it to him wasn't a stranger. It was his father. The one person who understood that lesson because he'd already lost the chance to live it. Some gifts come wrapped in years. Some come wrapped in 2 kids named Sia and Mark screaming, "Papa," at 7 a.m. Either way, if you're lucky enough to receive one, don't sleep through it. If you enjoyed this breakdown, you know what to do. Subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next one.